Now we're going to move on to graphing. So we need to think about, first of all, what's the slope of a vertical line? Remember, a vertical line is this. Oh, gracious. So the slope is undefined. That's an equation where you have x equals some number. A horizontal line looks like this. Well, better than that, but the slope is 0. The equation is y equals some number. And then an oblique line looks like this or like this. So there's a positive slope, so m is greater than 0 and m is less than 0. And the equation is y equals mx plus b. And m is the coefficient of the x. So how do you graph a line? Well, if I have it in slope-intercept form and I know the slope, so here the slope is 2 and the y-intercept, so I have a slope of 2 over 1 and a y-intercept of 4, I can go right to the y-axis and put that y-intercept on first. Then I use rise over run, so I go up 2 over 1. You could go down 2 to the left 1, and there would be my graph. So do that a couple times and connect the points. If it's a horizontal line, we know the slope is 0. We know this is going to be a horizontal line, and it's a y value. So you go on the y-axis up to 5 and just draw a horizontal line through it. Easiest ones to graph. And then if it's vertical, it's also the easiest to graph. Vertical is up and down. The slope is undefined. I would go to -8 and just draw a vertical line through it. Okay, so oblique lines are what we're going to focus on the assignment. You have to solve for y, okay, get y by itself, then you label m and b, so the slope and the y-intercept. Your first point is going to be to put b on the y-axis, and then use the rise over the run, which is slope, to get the next 2 points. So here I have a slope of -1/5 and a b value of -8. So I would go down to -8. That's my first point. And then my rise is -1, my run is 5. So I could go down 1 to the right 5. Or I could go, if I put the negative on the bottom, that would be up 1 to the left 5. And then I connect those, and that's my graph. It's easy when it's solved for y already. Here we have m and we have b. I'm going to go up 5. That's my first point. And then I would go down 2 to the right 3. Okay, or I could go up 2 to the left 3. Or I can continue to go down and to the right. First the y-intercept, then use the slope to get the next 2 points. If it's not solved for y, you have to do that. So I would subtract 2x. Divide by -7. Giving me y equals 2/7 x plus 2. There's my m and there's my b. My first point is 2 on the y-axis. Then I go up 2 to the right 7. Okay, I could go down 2 to the left 7, and that would fit on this graph. Remember, up and to the right, those are positive numbers. Down and to the left, those are negatives. Let's do another one. Ooh, it's just an x. So if it's just an x, you solve for x. So I get x equals -3. That's a vertical line. The slope is undefined. There is no y-intercept. So I go to -3 on the x-axis and I just draw a vertical line through it. Easiest ones to graph, those and horizontal lines. So here's an example of horizontal. I have to solve for y. I know that there's only a y in the equation, so that tells me it's horizontal. Tells me my slope is 0 and my y-intercept is the number 8. So I go right to 8 on the y-axis and I draw a horizontal line through it. Boom, there's the graph. Okay, so you're going to go to Delta Map and do the 10-5 assignment graphing lines using slope-intercept form. What's the puzzle? Make a U-turn. Okay, but don't do it if there is a sign that says no U-turns, because that might get you a ticket. Reach out if you need help.